Everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I am so incredibly pumped you're here today because we are diving into something that is literally impacting millions of us right at this very second. We are unpacking what experts are calling the short-form content trap and taking a hard look at the algorithm of attention. Honestly, there's a good chance you were caught in this exact loop right before pulling this up. So, picture this. You've had a ridiculously long day, you finally crash on the couch, and you pull out your phone just to decompress for, 5 minutes. Then, suddenly, you look up at the clock, blink a few times, and ask yourself, where on earth did the hours go? Look, nobody actually pencils in 3 uninterrupted hours to just stare at short videos. It just happens, and it happens to literally the best of us. Because this cycle starts off so innocently, doesn't it? You just open your phone. You swipe up, you scroll. It is totally automatic muscle memory at this point. You watch. It's just a quick 10-second clip, no big deal. But, well, one quick video effortlessly turns into 10, and then before you know it, 10 just explodes into 50. And you scroll again. It is this highly rhythmic, completely fragmented loop. And the somewhat dark truth we really need to face here is that this disappearing time, it is absolutely not an accident. Your brain is actively being trained every single day by one of the most powerful attention traps humans have ever engineered. A lot of us think we're in the driver's seat, but the reality is actually quite different. Okay, so let's dive into this deeper question. Why are these short videos just so ridiculously addictive? Like, why does our brain keep desperately begging for more, even long after we've actually stopped enjoying whatever it is we're watching? Well, the answer to that starts with dopamine. It's that chemical in your brain that responds super intensely to unpredictable rewards. Every single time you scroll, your brain is hit with something totally out of left field. Could be a hilarious prank, a shocking news clip, some intense drama. Your brain is just obsessed with that unpredictability. Every swipe is essentially like opening a tiny mystery box. It gives you these unpredictable emotional hits that your dopamine system completely craves. It's a deep evolutionary survival mechanism that modern technology has totally hijacked, compelling you to repeat the behavior over and over just to see what's inside the next box. If you really think about it, a short-form video feed at a casino slot machine operate on the exact same psychological principle. Random rewards create addictive behavior. You pull the lever, or, swipe the screen, just crossing your fingers for a jackpot. Social media platforms know this playbook inside and out, and they use it to keep us hooked on chasing that next emotional high. The only real difference? Instead of gambling away your quarters, you're gambling away your Tuesday evening. But here's the crazy part. That slot machine sitting in your pocket, it is way, way smarter than anything on a casino floor. Behind the scenes, there's this silent algorithm constantly studying you. It learns exactly what keeps your eyes glued to the screen. It maps out your emotional triggers. It even tracks the literal milliseconds you pause on a specific topic before swiping away. Over time, it learns the exact recipe for your specific addiction. It gets so incredibly good at controlling your attention that it eventually understands your habits better than you do. And this sets up a massive biological clash. You see, the human brain evolved to survive in a natural, relatively slow-moving world. It was definitely not built for endless, hyper-speed digital stimulation. We simply were not designed to process hundreds of rapid-fire emotional shifts, jumping from hilarious to terrifying to heartbreaking to exciting, all in a single hour. But that is exactly what short-form content forces our brains to do, constantly. So what's the psychological cost of putting our brains through that kind of chaotic workout? Basically, it's the death of boredom. Because our brains get so used to this constant rapid-fire stimulation, ordinary everyday life suddenly starts feeling incredibly slow. Studying feels like a total drag. Sitting down with a book feels monumentally difficult. Even just sitting in silence feels kind of agonizing. Why? Because the absolute second things get quiet, we reach for our phones. And by doing that, we completely lose true boredom, which, historically speaking, is the exact state of mind that sparks deep human creativity and reflection. I want you to think about this stark number for a second. 0. Out of the hundreds, maybe thousands, of short clips you watched over the weekend, how many can you actually remember with absolute clarity? Yeah, it's pretty close to 0, right? The brain is processing this stuff so incredibly fast that the experiences just blur together into this numb, forgettable haze. We are consuming a staggering amount of information, but we're doing it with almost zero meaningful retention or emotional fulfillment. And this creates a huge hurdle for our daily routines. It's a concept known as getting your dopamine before effort. Imagine you wake up, grab your phone from the nightstand, and immediately start scrolling while you're still in bed. You're literally conditioning your brain to get a massive, intense reward before you've even started dealing with reality. And when you do that, your motivation to tackle difficult, necessary tasks completely plummet. Why on earth would your brain want to do hard work when real life instantly feels far less rewarding than that quick digital hit? It all boils down to this one incredibly simple yet powerful truth. Your attention shapes your reality. Whatever you consistently focus on literally wires your brain, molds your emotions, and shapes your identity. When we're hooked on constant novelty and emotional intensity, it completely wrecks our tolerance for slower, deeply meaningful experiences. Having a long conversation, reading a novel, or just enjoying a quiet moment starts to feel literally impossible. Ultimately, a fragmented attention span just leads straight to a fragmented reality. So let's just pause right here. Let's slow down for a second and really ask ourselves, what could you actually create if you took back control of your attention? Think about all those ideas, the passion projects, the deep relationships, the dreams that just quietly slip away every single day into a bottomless feed. Attention isn't just about being able to focus on a spreadsheet. It is your literal life energy. And right now, these modern platforms are aggressively fighting for it every single second of the day. But hey, I want to pivot here because there is a massive silver lining. This situation is absolutely not permanent. Your brain can recover, attention spans can be repaired, and a deep, profound sense of focus can actually return to your life. We can totally reconnect with living intentionally. The only catch? You have to be willing to sit through the temporary, annoying discomfort of just having less stimulation. Let's actually walk through what that recovery looks like. Step 1 is straightforward but tough. You gotta disconnect from the short-form feed. Now, moving into step 2, you are absolutely going to feel bored and uncomfortable. Your brain is going to feel super restless, literally itching for a distraction. But if you can just hold out, something amazing happens in step 3. Your racing thoughts naturally begin to slow down. That brain fog starts to clear. And finally, in step 4, your true focus improves. Suddenly, the ordinary, everyday experiences of real life start feeling vibrant and engaging all over again. And honestly, learning how to do this is only going to become more absolutely critical when we look at where things are heading. We are stepping into an era of infinite AI-generated content, far smarter predictive algorithms, and attention traps that are only going to get more powerful. Tech is evolving at a pace way faster than our human brains can organically adapt to. Because of that, knowing how to fiercely protect your attention is rapidly becoming a super rare, highly valuable life skill. Your ability to control your own mind is quite literally what will set you apart. Which leaves us with one final, pretty heavy thought to chew on today. The next time you open up a short video app and find yourself suddenly losing track of time, I want you to stop and ask yourself something a little uncomfortable. Are you using the algorithm, or is the algorithm using you?